Welcome, students, to my workshop in Genoa. I am Maria Bianchi, a cartographer and chronicler. Let us embark on a journey through the rich tapestry of Afro-Eurasian exchange networks between 1200 and 1450. The world we live in is interconnected in ways that are both visible and invisible. My maps are not just depictions of land and sea, they are stories of people, cultures, and ideas. You see, the increased cross-cultural interactions have deeply influenced our world. The diffusion of literary, artistic, and cultural traditions across continents has been phenomenal. Consider gunpowder, a Chinese invention that revolutionized warfare. It's not just about the explosions or weaponry, it's about how an idea traveled across continents, transforming societies. Similarly, paper, also from China, became the bedrock of our knowledge systems. As a chronicler, I rely on paper for my work, documenting histories and ideas. Now, let's talk about travelers. They were the vessels through which knowledge flowed. Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan scholar and explorer, embarked on travels spanning over 3 decades, covering much of the Islamic world and beyond. His journeys took him from North Africa to the Swahili coast, from Central Asia to South Asia, reaching as far as China. This extensive travel not only exemplified the interconnectedness of the Afro-Eurasian trade networks, but also highlighted the exchange of intellectual and cultural ideas. In each region he visited, Ibn Battuta observed and recorded various aspects of life, from legal systems and social customs to economic practices. His accounts provide a rich tapestry of the Islamic world, showcasing the diversity yet interconnectedness of its people. His writings, such as the Rila, are not just travelogues. They are windows into the societies he visited, reflecting the shared knowledge and cultural exchanges facilitated by the vast network of trade routes. Margery Kempe's travels, though motivated by religious devotion, offer a unique perspective on the cultural and intellectual exchanges of our times. As an English Christian pilgrim, her journey took her through Europe and into the Holy Land, traversing regions that were culturally and religiously diverse. Her interactions along these routes, with fellow pilgrims, clergy, and local inhabitants, provide valuable insights into the various cultural practices and religious beliefs of the late medieval period. Margery's accounts are particularly significant as they reflect the experiences and perceptions of a woman in a male-dominated world of travel and scholarship. Her book, considered one of the earliest autobiographies in English, not only narrates her spiritual journey, but also inadvertently documents the cultural interactions and exchanges that occurred along these pilgrimage routes, highlighting the role of religious travel in the broader context of cultural exchange. Marco Polo, the Venetian merchant and explorer, is perhaps the most famous for his extensive travels along the Silk Road to the court of Kublai Khan in China. His journey, spanning over 2 decades, is a remarkable example of the depth of cultural and intellectual exchange possible along these trade networks. In his book, Il Milione, Marco Polo describes in detail the wealth, customs, and innovations of the Mongol Empire and the various lands he traversed. His accounts of China's grandeur, its advanced technologies such as paper money, and its complex governance systems fascinated and informed the European audience about a distant world. Marco Polo's experiences and observations were instrumental in bridging the knowledge gap between East and West. His travels not only highlight the possibilities of cultural and intellectual exchange, but also the impact such exchanges can have on broadening horizons and deepening understanding across diverse societies. You must understand the dynamics of cities during this era. Cities like ours, Genoa, thrived as trade hubs, becoming melting pots of cultures and ideas. But not all cities were fortunate. Some declined due to geopolitical changes, shifts in trade routes, or natural calamities. Yet, it is the resilience and adaptability of these urban centers that often led to their rejuvenation. often buoyed by the very trade networks that once challenged them. This era is characterized by an intense fusion of the scientific and the artistic. Art and science are not isolated. They feed into each other, propelled by the exchange networks. For instance, artistic techniques from the East influenced our Western styles, while our scientific innovations traveled east, creating a symbiotic relationship that enriched both worlds. As you navigate my maps and chronicles, remember, they are more than historical documents. They are living, breathing narratives of a world in motion. Let these maps be your guide to understanding the profound impact of Afro-Eurasian exchanges on our intellectual and cultural life.